Once Lopez has to chase the fight, then it becomes an easier fight for Mick.
This is the pinnacle, right? It's being able to take somebody from the beginning, plant that seed, grow it. Now it's time for him to win that title right at home.
I'm just going to school him tomorrow night. It's going to be a masterclass.
Well, here we go. It's weigh-in day for Luis Alberto Lopez and Michael Conlan. The crowds are gathering. It's going to be a noisy affair. We know both men are on weight because they weighed in officially earlier in the day. This is the ceremonial weigh-in. This is the chance for them to go bare, to strip off their tops, to go eyeball to eyeball, to see things inside each other that might give them signs of what's going to happen at the SSE Arena tomorrow night. All the protagonists are inside. I'm about to go and join them. Come with us. Top Rank's travelling hard at the moment. What's it like coming to all these cities where the fans are voracious the entire time? Because Conlan's got a tribe behind him, hasn't he?
We love it. We love it. It's the best part of the business, coming to a city or a country that they're passionate about the boxing and passionate about their superstars, and there's no place better than Belfast for that.
What do you make of tomorrow night's fight? Tough fight for Conlan.
Very tough fight for Michael, but look, if he has a good night, he had a good night the last time out and just wasn't lucky at the end. So if he has a good night, I think he's got a good chance of capturing the title.
Tell me about Lopez for 1 minute, because you promote him as well. He can go a long way as well, because he's got this weird style, very awkward, very slippery, great self-belief, but he seems to thrive in the Lion's Den.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. Look, we have a lot of hope for him as well, and this may be one of those fighters that both guys win regardless of who goes home with the belt. So that's what we're hoping for.
Great, Brad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We've heard major atmosphere today at the weigh-in. What will happen tomorrow night? What will it sound like? What will it feel like?
Pandemonium. This place will erupt. Belfast has been craving the big night like this for years. We finally got a big night, a big fight, a proper fight with two proper fighters in the middle of the ring, and I'm very, very excited. This has all been building this moment for the last few years, and it's just coming on like boiling point right now. We felt it tonight, and that's only a glimpse of what we're going to feel tomorrow night.
They both look fantastic at the weigh-in. There was a handshake. They are gentlemen fighters, both of these men. What does your brother need to do when that first bell rings tomorrow night?
Well, I truly believe Lewis will jump on Michael from the first round. He will try and create pressure, try and take the crowd out of it. And them early rounds are key, pivotal for Michael. He needs to be very fast, very alert. Feet have to be key. Has to be ready for the early attacks because he's going to be leaping in with all his might. I think the first few rounds, taking the crowd out for Lopez will be key. For Michael, keeping the crowd in it, keeping momentum high, keeping the confidence low for Lopez, making sure every shot is felt around the arena, and just nicking them rounds. Because later on in the fight, we've seen Lopez start to dip. Energy starts to drop because of the momentum he puts in, because of the energy he puts in the first 6 rounds. That's when you'll be seeing key Michael Conlan. And I really, truly predict a masterclass from Michael Conlan.
Bob, terrific atmosphere. Conlan and Lopez on weight. We're going to get a spectacular fight tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to really. It's a real competitive fight. I mean, I've seen Lopez recently. He's terrific. He doesn't give up. And Mick, always comes with everything. He'll be cheered on by his fans. It should be something to see.
Todd DeBuff, president of Top Ranks here. This is an amazing fight city. You launched it here from him when you signed him after the 2016 Rio Olympics. He's a big figure here, Conlan, isn't he?
Yeah, when we walked in and Jamie reminded me it was at the Titanic Museum, I was like, it's this grand place. And I'm like, we come full circle. And this is the pinnacle, right? It's being able to take somebody from the beginning, plant that seed, grow it. Now it's time for him to win that title right at home.
But you're also growing into Europe as Top Rank at the moment. You've had this amazing few weekends. Shaka Stevenson was in action. A massive fight in Vegas with Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko that drew lots of headlines. Now you're here with the headlines. Josh Taylor goes to New York on June the 10th. There's a lot going on transatlantically for you now, isn't there?
Well, not only that, then you don't forget about Inoue and Fulton in July.
So you're going to Japan as well.
And then we come back with, Valdez and Navarrete, and then we're coming back with Bitterbeef and Smith.
You're going to Canada as well, of course.
We're going everywhere. I mean, listen, the sport is so good, so robust, and so global. It's only us that can keep it small, but we got to keep keep it big, keep growing it, and keep giving these kids all the opportunities in the world, because there's this patriotism that exists with all of them. They all have fans, and they all love the game of sport of boxing, and it's time to just keep giving the product back to all the fans.
Talking about that tribalism, back to the fight tomorrow night. Conlan has got his hands full against Luis Alberto Lopez.
Listen, Michael knows this is a difficult fight. You know, he felt he let one get away when his last title challenge, and he was determined to do this. You know, really good puncher, awkward. Michael's a very good boxer, but he's got to hold back. He's got to give himself the ability and not let, you know, his Belfast blood rise up and him engage, because that's where it's going to go to Lopez if Michael does that.
125.5 pounds en peso. Todo bien?
Todo bien, en excelente forma.
Everything's great. I feel in excellent form. ¿Qué has visto en los ojos de Conlan?
Temor, está nervioso. Desde que lo he visto, desde el entrenamiento público, la conferencia, ahorita en el pesaje, lo miro muy nervioso y sabe que esa noche le va a costar mucho.
Él es nervioso.
Claro que sí, él está nervioso.
Well, Luis is saying that he thinks that Michael's nervous, that he's anxious about this fight. It's something he's seen in his eyes. You've noticed it all week. ¿Y cómo eres tú?
No, yo soy como siempre, ¿no? Alegre, contento, feliz, listo, preparado para subir.
Comido.
Bien comido y listo para ganar el sábado por la noche.
I'm satisfied, I'm happy like I always am, and I've had a good meal. Carl, I've got to grab Carl Frampton, a huge, iconic totemic figure in these parts. Totemic. Like yeah, well, obviously I had the privilege of covering your career for many years. How much does Michael need to harness the crowd tomorrow night?
I think that could be one of his issues, actually. If he listens to the crowd too much and is emotionally charged, I think that could be an issue for him. I think that harnessing is the right word. Listen to the crowd and use it when you need them, but not to get overexcited, not to do too much, not to get too excited. And just speaking to him there briefly about 10 minutes ago, he looked relaxed, and I think that was important, not to be too fired up at this point. It's just wasting energy. It's about being relaxed tomorrow night and winning rounds, and that's it. Once this guy has to chase, once Lopez has to chase the fight, then it becomes an easier fight for Mick.
I'm sure your heart says Conlan, but what does your head say about the result tomorrow night?
My head says Conlan as well. I think that my heart certainly says Conlan, but I trying to think about it rationally and coming up with ways that Lopez could win the fight. He could win the fight. He's a quality fighter, but I just feel like that it's all set up for Mick to look good and to win the fight. Don't think it's going to be easy, but I just about fancy him.
125.9 pounds. Happy with that?
Perfect. One training session, not overly stressed, no like hop-offs or saunas, none of that there, just a straight making weight easy.
Handshake?
Of course, respect is always there. Goes out the window when you step into the ring, yes, but it's always there.
Are you going to shock him tomorrow night?
I'm just going to school him tomorrow night. It's going to be a masterclass.
Do you start quickly and get ahead in the fight?
I don't know. I'll find it when I'm in there. I play it by ear, and I can adapt to anything. So it doesn't really matter what happens. I'll be able to adapt.
Will you have nerves when you walk out? It's been an amazing build-up in Belfast all week. As I said yesterday at the press conference, the feeling is Belfast is walking with you to the ring.
Yeah, listen, always nervous before a fight. So I don't see me not being nervous. Of course I'll be nervous. It's a part of the game. But it's great to have that support. It's great to have that kind of support behind you. So obviously you'll be nervous, but it's a good nervous. It's the right nerves.
You went eye to eye, eyeball to eyeball just now, literally about 2 minutes ago. What are you seeing there, and what's he seeing from you?
He's calm. I'm calm. Both relaxed, both respectful, and we're both here to do a job.
Is it sport, or is it a business, or is it just a fight
Professional
game?
boxing's business completely. It's completely business, and even how you play things down to this, it's all part of it.
It's been a great week being around you. You're an absolute icon for this country, for this city, and the way you carry yourself is outstanding. Thank you, Michael.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Well, the eyes don't lie, the scales don't lie. Both men on weight. We are looking forward to a terrific battle of physical fistic chess tomorrow night between the defending IBF champion Luis Alberto Lopez and the challenger, the very supported challenger as we've seen today, Michael Conlan. It's going to be electric tomorrow night. Don't miss it.